Yes. I'm opening the show this morning with Davido. Is it Shivido? That must be the highlight of the week for every single one of you. Well, I'm not of that generation, but I did have fun. I mean, it's a great time in Nigeria where we see a young celebrity, Davido at that, actually doing the needful, getting married. And I guess Davido is looking back and say, hey, where are the other guys? When are you going to do the same? Listen, in Hollywood, it happens all the time. Wedding is a part of the game. When you have an industry so big, so well created, there will be marriages. And that is what we saw. Davido did it well in a grand style. And I guess the whole Nigerian enjoy have fun seeing this. And I actually had fun. We'll be taking a look at that. That's one of the activities of the week. The show is called Weekend Bulletin. My name is Daddy Chris from SRTV, London. This is what we do best. We take a look at what is happening in the beautiful country, Nigeria. Well, as I said, Davido is top of the highlight, but a lot of activities going on and has been going on. It's like on the paper today, the governors who have showcased themselves so well, they've done very well, very well. They've been great ambassadors. You know what they did? They are dictating how much they want to pay labor. We're going to take a look at that as we take a look at paper review today. Sometimes all we hear is Tinubu. Now today, the governors are showcasing themselves. For good, for bad, it's up to you. You decide. I only present. But I'm going to take my time to talk about the activities of the governor. And I will link it to the show of last week when I said we need to start to till our land. And it is the duty of the governor to do so. Now, I think we are expecting a miracle. Let me leave this to young Ben alone. Davido and your beautiful Shoma, we're coming back to you. Thank you for making our day. Let's keep it with me and the Nigerian people first. Let's start. Nigerians. It's easy to say things. It's easy to be angry. It's easy to discard what Daddy Chris is going to say today. But I have a few questions for you. Either you're a Muslim or a Christian, there's one thing God asks us to do, to till our land, meaning cultivate the land. That's why God deposited a lot of things in Africa, in Nigeria in particular. Guess what? If you are the father that dropped everything for your children to feed on, and you go back and they came back and they said they could not make gari to eat the soup. Now put it this way, you made a beautiful soup, mom. Beautiful eforiro, because I've been enjoying the eforiro of recent. Or you make it for your children. You say, when I come out, so make starch. Adiam, mona eat well. You look back and you see the children are hungry, looking for food to eat. There's starch in the house. There's garri in the house. They couldn't make starch to eat. That's why God said, till the land. What do you want God to do for us as Nigerians? God has deposited in our soil the best of the best. I was talking to the Ministry of Mining. You guys don't get it. Maybe we should all take a look at a very crucial ministry today, which is the Ministry of Mining. What did they do there? That exposed in every details what we have, what God, not me, what God has deposited in our soil. Only one is what makes us to fit it today. We discovered, oh yeah, it was not us that put it there. It was God that deposited it. And after depositing, what did they say? Till the land. It was white people that came to discover the oil because they are desperate for it. That's why they help us to discover it. Meaning, in our own land, other people come and discover it and take advantage of it. And what we do, we pray to God. We still get to same God. Tomorrow now, I will see all of you in church clapping. Of course, yesterday you were in mosque praying, telling God to do what for you. What He has given to you. Did He not ask you to go and till it? If you are God, how would you feel? I'm personally angry on behalf of God, talking to you today, that you are offending. Nigerians is the biggest demonic nation on earth for not doing what God asked you to do. I don't know whether you're going to pray to God, that's how you're going to make God happy. No, my people. You don't know what you need to do. I'm going to show you an example of how human beings have contributed to God's creation. God did not create us to be dormant. He created us to to multiply. I love what he said. When God said, go ye and multiply, he didn't say, go ye and make children alone. He said, go ye and multiply. I'm going to use that as a little line today. I know you are familiar with that God created. God is a God of creation. He created us in his own image and likeness, meaning we are creators. I like when I see on social media this, I see all the digital creators. I say, now you guys get what I'm saying. I'm coming to governors. I want to ask the question. I'm coming to the governor and Nigerian government. I'm coming to me and you. Now, if God created and asked us to go here and multiply, what did he ask us to do? To go and reproduce what the ones he could not do within that short period of time. It's only 7 days. Hey, God is human in a way because he created us in his image and likeness. So you must see God like us. The reason I know is they said on the 7th day, what did he do? He rested, meaning God is tired. After working for 6 days, the man rested. The same way we work on the 7th day, tomorrow now is a day of rest, is it not? Now let's put it this way. God created one thing. The first thing he did, say, let there be light. And there was light. That's when you wake up in the morning today, you see your sun. Today, I know Nigerians, all of you wake up now. You see this beautiful sun. Is it not beautiful? That's God's creation. We didn't create the sun. We didn't create the star. But God wanted us to do more. And we have done so. What do we do? We created electricity, which has brought light to mankind. I'm in my studio today. This is my light. It's the power of this light. That is what I'm using to talk to you. That is not what God created. It is what man created because God has deposited in us to create and asked us to go here and multiply. That is an example of multiplication. For those of you who are offending God and think you are pleasing God, you better ask yourself this difficult question. What did God really ask you to do on earth? As I was praying this morning, I said something to God. God, make me be part of your creation. May I contribute to this world before I leave, because that's why you sent me here. God did not send you to this world to come and look and go. He asked you to come and create, and not to come and just gather wealth. Oh my God. God did not say, come and gather the ones you can gather. He said, create. Question I ask you today is, what have you created as part of God that you think you've contributed to this world God has created? No, we are talking to Daddy Chris now. Maybe you say, I've contributed to Nigeria. The question I ask you, what have you contributed? If you see God today, and you say, hey, son, what have since you've been here? Oh, daughter, since you've been here, what have you added to what I have on earth? What will you say? Thank you for making more children. That is one of them. What else? You are a disgrace. You see, somebody created the electricity you're using now. Somebody made you to be able to fly from one place to the other. They are to the glory of God. Somebody made the vehicle that we're able to drive. It's to the glory of God. Somebody makes me and you to communicate in this fashion today. You think God is against this? Are you joking, man? This is an example of the creation that God said we should go and create. Unfortunately, in our today Nigeria, we don't understand that. We don't try to put this to practice. And we call on God every second. God, come do this for me. Oh, God, do this for me. Oh, God, do this for me. I always say to people, if you tell God to do everything for you, why you not tell God make God impregnate your wife for you? Marry a woman, live and there, whether I go get belly. Are you stupid? It is not God to do certain things for us anymore. He has done his own part. What you and I do today will determine how we live our life. It's not God. It is his intention for us to enjoy everything he has created for us. And indeed, he has done it all in Nigeria. So that brings us to the question of today. Governors, Nigerian government, my Nigerian people, what are we doing with what God has deposited in our land? Are we telling it? When you wake up this morning, what have you done? Listen, if you can turn this beautiful ground into something beautiful, build skyscraper, that's part of tilling the land. I agree. So those of us that could build even fine houses, I always say to people, you know, let that man build a fine house in my village because he's going to die and leave it. And that was part of my village. I don't mind. But it is a sin. Even Jesus Christ said it, to give the children of the food of the children to the dogs. When you carry our own food and you sell it outside and we go and borrow the same food, you are a cost to yourself, to your generation, to your family, and to whoever you are. I know most of you can't watch this show today. So run away. I am angry. The reason being, you have failed to do what you need to do. Now, let's bring Nigerian governors and bring the issue of labor now. Labor is simply saying, pay us for, I thought they're going to say 1 million naira, which is understandable. Because if you don't want the man to steal, you put the man to work in Abuja, you should give him a decent home to live in, at least a 1-bedroom flat, for a decent family, good food, and at least a car. That cannot be luxury. Car is a necessity in Abuja. Okay, if you don't have a car, you go by transport. But food, clothes, the world of internet, send the child to school. The question I ask you, a man with 3 children, with a wife in Abuja, with how much? With 60,000 naira. Are you not sending him to go and steal? Nigerian government, tell me, you the governors, you that employ people, and you treat them as a slave, who are you? What are you talking about? In what conscience? Like one of my guests said here, this is the kind of money you will not even give to your girlfriend, your side chick, to go and, for 1 second, hey babe, take that 60K. How much do you people wire out on a daily basis, Nigerian governors? How much? And yet you're telling that you're going to pay your workers, fellow citizens like you, just because you are opportune to occupy a bigger office. You are treating the other ones this way. What a disaster. That's on a moral ground. Morally, what you are doing is, you know, you can't even stand before God and say this. Don't worry, I started the show with God, so we're going to go back to God and also bring the case before you. As I wait for my guests to my put to join me, I'm going to drill you a little bit. Now, let's put it this way. I understand, because I can say, if you ask me now, do I genuinely believe that Nigerian government have the money? I will say no. Yes and no. Yes, because some of the money they used to pay themselves. The governor of your state, if you ask him how much is being paid, you see that Boribori, that name them, that dancing governor, the governor of Lagos State, name all of them. Ask them how much they get as security vote, how much is their salary, how much they take home, how much do they dupe from your local government. If they share that money, perhaps it's enough to pay people in your state decent wages. If the federal government stop buying jets, if they can think well and use the money, look at the idiots in the, sorry, I call you guys idiot, I'm sorry. But use of you in the house of, in the legislative arms of government, you're ashamed. 747 members of House of, what do you do there? I know you're not up to that. Then the whole local government, look at this whole money you waste. You cannot even, the money you pay those people, if you share it well, perhaps labor will not be crying where they cry now. But I don't really believe in that argument that much, even when I know it is a fact. But the true argument here is, which is the truth about the whole thing is, you cannot pay. Nigerians, let me tell you the truth. These guys cannot pay this money. Forget what they've stolen. They cannot pay. The only reason they cannot pay you that money is because they've not tilled the land. They've not obeyed the commandment of God. What did God say that we should till our land? If they were going into production, if the governor of Delta State knows my job is to collect money from Abuja and invest it so that I can make more money, I'll tell my people to go into farming so we have food to eat, or go into production of one product. I look at Abia State. I'm going to go back. I didn't even know Abia State had all this potential. They never know that what Abia have in Aba market. Imagine if the governor invests in all those places and they begin to produce all those clothes in numbers and begin to sell abroad. Would it be that bad? Kai. The Yorubas, you guys went to school and you dominate England. You know why it is here. Only customer service alone. We create enough job for the Yoruba youth. What are you people doing? The government does not know it, as you say, they don't know what to do. The truth is they cannot pay. The only reason they cannot pay is because they are not tilling the land. Any governor that comes to office and cannot tell you what you have in your soil, why is he even running for governor? Before I will run for the governor of any state, I will look at what is in the state, because my job will be to manage the resources of the state for the good of the citizens. And how am I going to do that if I don't even know what is there? If you ask somebody, what do you have in the Delta soil? He will say, we have oil, because that is the one they discover for him. Obori will have no idea. He got no clue. You don't have a clue. We don't even work with the geology. We don't know that the only thing God did best for us is deposit a lot of things in our soil. I hope Mary will join me soon. And the truth and this agony will remain. It will remain, and it's affecting every sector of the Nigerian state. Because we turned out, we now believe that there's a bulk of money coming from the federal government, which is oil money, which you did not work for. It's oil money, which you take from one part of the country. You turn them into desert. They can't even find, those of them that could fish before can no more fish. Of course, we saw the drama in River State. The Akpa in Rivers, he think he's well loved. Could you be loved? Wike is a loved man. He's at the federal level now. He's quiet. He's happy. He's clapping her for Tinubu. It's your resources they are using. I don't want to instigate any drama here. But the truth is, Nigerian state has robbed those in the South. The only resources you guys are spending, those of you in the North, everywhere, bagger like you, is what comes from the South. The oil. And what are you doing? That is what you all sit at home and think it's your birthright to wake up in the morning and get money, handout from the federal government. When you finish spending it, you tell them there's no money. We cannot run the state. We cannot run our state. We cannot pay our workers because you're waiting for money to come from the federal government. Are you not ashamed of yourself? What else can I tell you? I'm giving an opportunity to talk today, so I'm blowing the place. The governors, imagine now, I said it a million times, if the Niger State governor could just go into agriculture, I'm sure he can take enough. If he can take loan, you tell me there's no loan. The governor of Delta State was able to take 16 billion, I don't know whether naira, to build a secretariat. He borrowed and borrowed and borrowed. If he tell you how much Delta State is owing, then you ask him, what did he borrow the money to do? To do infrastructure. He was a roadmaster. Woe unto you. Would that be so bad if that money was used to cultivate the land? Are you saying Delta State does not have something deposited in the land that would have used the money to cultivate? Hey, I'm from Delta State. I'm from the rural area. My parents farmed. We have river. We could fish. There's nothing that is lacking. Before, when the white people came, in my village, you have rubber. It was all we're exporting. And I'm wondering, I'm going to finish with the government and come to you young people before I let anybody join the show. I'm afraid, I'm ashamed that in this time now, a government does not even know what it's supposed to do. You think, you that is even a young man, you finish school, you think it's your birthright that when money comes, it's going to come from where? You do ask yourself, where is the money coming from? The money you are accusing the federal government of, where is it coming from? Did you ask yourself if you have ever contributed? You, the labor man that is talking. Sorry, I'm going to go around today. Did you ask yourself, where is that money coming from? The money you are shouting today, they should give you. Labor want to be paid more money. I agree, labor. You've done a lot. For what? Where is the money coming from? Is it from your sweat? If it's not from your sweat, then I'm ashamed of you. I don't have a friend, though. That's the problem. If the money you are asking federal government of Nigeria to pay you more, if it's not from your sweat, you are a cost. Not to me. God is angry at you. Don't forget, I started the show with God. Are you tilling your land? Are you contributing to the nation? If you are, then God bless you. If not, God will continue to curse you. It's not me. You might be angry that I'm really causing this money, but it's God. It's what he has said. I'm using his words. Because he said, he that chases shameful things is nothing but a fool. I'm going to bring that part in Proverbs. I don't want to bring it back, but I'll bring it back if need be. As I'm talking now, I think everybody is happy. Young people are thinking they are free. I've always supported young people in all my shows because I think we, the older generation, we raped you, we deprive you of so many things. But I'm going to warn you. This thing happened in my place, so I'm going to use my case as a study. Is Mary going to join this show because I can see your background green? You're going to be with me with this green background. Anyway, let me go quickly into what happened. I'll give you a little history in my village. When we were growing up, there was opportunity for young people, listen to me carefully, to tap rubber, because it was one of those things we were doing. You could tap the rubber, you go and sell your lump. They'll pay you because there was a company called Lewis and Pitt. They were refining, they were turning this lump into sheet and exporting it. So they were making more money. So all we do, we tap rubber, we take it there, we just turn it immediately into quick money, and we go and buy a bicycle and get a new wife. Most of us didn't go to school. I'm talking, don't get angry. It's a fact. The reason I know is when I was in primary school, the teachers that taught me in my primary school, none of them were from my village. They didn't go to school. I know they'll be angry now. I'm talking of Ogara. You didn't go to school. It was only the like of Otobo that became the first. Very few people were selected. Those of you who didn't go to school. The Monoshewe came from outside. They were the one that taught us in primary school. Okuwere, they were not from Ogara. Deal with it. Now, as if that is not bad enough. Now, I'm not going. I don't have time for this history because this is national television. Let me put it this way. You know what happened? Today now, young people are doing one thing. They are waiting for handout. Instead of going to school to pursue a career and be productive, you know what they're doing? They do, I'm lawyer. You are lawyering with yourself, your life, your future. Now, I see no reason why a boy from my community cannot actually think of saying, if I go and do a job for federal government that's going to pay me 60,000 naira and give me headache, then I can actually cultivate my father's land. If I plant something there, in 6 months, I will get at least 1 million naira today. What am I going to do with that? Divide 6 by that, meaning you earn 100 and something thousand in your own home in a comfortable place. It's 1 million is understatement. It's not in those days when you used to farm with your bare hands. There are possibilities now. I know I cannot push that. I cannot say that message. Because you're going to tell me, look at the other people, they are driving 10 cars. Because the only reason is that's 2 people to you see there. He has gone to steal money. His stomach is not very big. You want to be like him. All of a sudden, at once. May God help us. Not with me talk about God. But God is saying something that if you don't till your land, you go hungry. The question is, those of you I'm talking to now, those of you look at your village, do you know what you have in your land? Do you even know what God has deposited in that land? That's a starting point. If you don't know, then we'll have a problem. But at least those of you that don't even know what is in your land, you know that there is that land you can farm. I'm just using only one. You can farm. I know my community, we are close to river. God gave us everything. Yet, that was where we produced the highest numbers of armed robbers. A land like Ogariki, where sheep can come and bet, and where everything was happening, we were producing armed robbers because we did not look at what we have in our land. We're looking outside. So today, my people, we are suffering in the country called Nigeria in the midst of plenty. God is angry. Deal with it. So I'm going to go quickly to look at some of the dailies. That's what I'm going to do best on the show because I'm alone, as you guys can see. We found out that within the week, we have the issue of a very striking issue, which is the cholera. Cholera is actually in Nigeria today. Cholera. Cholera is a waterborne disease. Water, meaning we could not take good care of our water. We're drinking bad water. Water is polluted, and we are drinking it. In this day and age, where young people have gone to school, and they can actually teach us how to, we have pure water. But because we are not sincere with ourselves, we're going to give each other bad water to drink. Not that some of us cannot afford good water. I know now the economy situation in the country today, you can't blame somebody for drinking water from the river. And what's going to happen? It's not like those days when we were growing up. I drank river water when I was growing up. It was very good water. But that was in those days. Country were not like this. Now they polluted the whole place. If you drink water from river now, you will die. Now, the anarchy is in the land. There's cholera. The government does not know what to do. All they know, the money we have, the only resources, let me tell you this, the drama of the Nigerian state. The only resources we have today is the oil money. The oil money is what your politicians are using to become big men. And I can see the drama in my village already. The local government is ongoing. Are you from Delta State? If you are from Delta State, you know what I'm saying. There is a big drama to elect local government chairman now. You see the gladiators are playing their games again. I like when they fight. Who are you fooling, man? So are you really satisfied? Those of you in power, are you satisfied with the kind of society you're running over? Now you guys are in trouble. They are, in fact, those are from governor to the ordinary man, you don't have peace. You can't move anyhow because there's trouble. People are hungry. The only reason, governor, people are hungry is because you did not engage them. The only reason you cannot pay the way because you did not engage them. Mr. Governor, Mr. Local Government Chairman, I know you people are running election again. You spend all the money to win the election. But why don't you use this money, foolish man, to actually build a state that nobody will even be interested in the next local government chairman? I'm in London today. I don't even know when they do elections sometimes. Only a few people are interested in politics. They vote, they are aware, but they don't want to go and run for that office. They know that job is headache. But in Nigeria, it's the only way to get out of poverty. It's a course. You guys want to practice something Oyibo taught you. Why don't you actually read how they practice it? Is it true that you're having democracy in Nigeria? Do you understand the meaning of democracy? Oh, you guys going to tell me, yeah, it's the government of the people, by the people, for the people. Akpa. A democratic government is a government that runs for the interests of the people, by the same people, for the interest. Listen what? For the interest of the people. You are doing things for your own interest. You're talking of me. What do you care about these people? Do you know how the people are faring? And what is your number one job as a governor? To manage the resources with the human resources given to you. That's all. Nigerian government, your job is actually to manage the resources of Nigeria with the human capital resources you have. Don't we have enough people intelligent enough to work, strong enough to work? The reason I know that we have strong people is that's why the white people came. They took us as slaves. They know we could do hard job. We could produce and we were productive. We helped to build their land. Now you're going to say, if they had left those people with you, what would they have done with it? Maybe it's good that they went away. Because if they had stayed in Nigeria, what would they have done with them? They would have remained in the same place, like you now. Not knowing what to do with yourself. You don't know what to do with yourself. If they didn't come to take us as slaves, would you have known what to do with the slaves? If so, they've taken slave away. How many slaves do you have left now that you are enslaving? What have you done with them? Have you been able to build your country with the slave with you? Nigeria, you have people, young people, old people, people of all calibers, ready to work. What is the government doing? Waiting for oil money. Tinubu and his men. And I don't know when you guys shake hands and disgrace yourselves. It looks so beautiful to see the Nigerian state going what it is, but you're ashamed. Okay? Today is not a day for cause. What a disaster. What are you people doing to us? The Nigerian state refused to be enslaved any further. We can do better. Nigerian government just need to do one thing. Obey the commandment of God. Till the land. In fact, I am surprised that you guys are clapping for a president who said he doesn't know what to do with about food shortage in Nigeria. Is it true that you don't know how to feed your house, Mr. President? I'm surprised that you're telling us you don't know how to feed your family. Mr. Mother, are you telling me if you are a mother that you cannot feed your home, what do? Don't you go and farm? Will it be so bad if Tinubu declare a state of emergency on our food and decide to say every local government takes a certain amount of money, go and farm? The money you are borrowing to build those stupid roads, if you use it to do farming, would there be no job? Would there not be excess food that we're going to sell and even make more money and foreign exchange will be there? Is that rocket science really? I'm talking to you now, don't run away. Fool. I'm asking you now, is that rocket science? For you to just say, President Tinubu said today, okay, today or 4 days, what we're going to do as a people is we're going to do one thing. Will all the local government take 1 billion? Competition of farming, 1 billion. I'm sure Tinubu know where to borrow that money. The way they borrow from, those really they are misbehaving. Hey, those of you in the House of Senate, sometime I'm going to fool you here. but the time will come, not on this show, because this is not my show. When my show comes, I'm going to bring you out to the rest of the world. I am stupid, and I'm going to make you look stupid. The time is coming. Give me some few days. That will be my own show on One-on-One with Daddy Chris. I'll be focusing on every single one of you. You are a disgrace. You are raping your own children, your own generation, and you are thinking that people should be happy with you? I am not one of them. I'm asking a question. Will it be so bad for if President Tinubu say, now I'm not saying go under the soil, on the surface of the soil. I don't say Tinubu go under. In the surface of our soil, we know we can plant something and eat. I'm not saying look under. You cannot be blind. That is not rocket science. You've done the research. Tinubu, you've gone around. You went to Saudi. Is it God that is giving them food? Are they not farming their own food? Akbar. Now let's go to those of you go to those Christianity. Those of you that go to Israel. Do they wait for God to feed them? Do they wait for manna to fall from heaven? They plant Israel. If you tear tomatoes or onions in Israel, it's as big as this. Are you stupid? That is what God asked them to do. They do it. They sent them to till their land, to defend themselves. Israel defend themselves. They didn't wait for God. Now me won't wait for God. The same way your pastor will tell you, say, make you go pray, say everything they good. But if they walk out for road, policemen they follow will go. Now me be mumu. Now you be mumu. Not be me cause. Now you cause yourself problem. God is even angry with you. Today I'm saying that God, the wrath of God is upon us. We are a disgrace, we are a bad generation, and we have to stop this. I'm going to be bringing you some of the headlines today. I wish Mary, are you there? Let me see. Because Mary looks frustrated. I don't know what's wrong with her system. Let me bring you in quickly, Mary. Kai, there's God. What are they doing to this fine girl? Mary, what happened? You are mute. Your system is mute, man. Unmute your system, Mary. Yes.
Good morning, Daddy Chris.
Morning, Mary. What's going on there in Abuja?
Honestly, it's not funny. The system has been bad.
Yeah.
We are still working on it.
All
We are still working on it to see if it's on. So I just had to just log in with my phone safe. It's not working. Yeah.
Don't worry. It's all good. Just do your best. I'll take a look at the papers with you in any way. So I'm going to bring you back shortly. Okay? To do the papers with me. All right. All right, that's Mary from Abuja. As you all know, I've talked about the cholera situation. It's a sad one. And I think we should take some time to take a look at some of the things that are really disturbing us as a people. And I do say that we should be celebrating with Davido and the wife. It's a beautiful thing. No, it's kind of nice to see this. Those are some of the things that happen within the week. So I'm happy to just throw a little highlight on them. And this boy kind of made me proud. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of these young people that kind of like what they've done. Now I'm going to say this. And those of you looking at me, Davido did not make money because he was sleeping. Davido did not succeed because of Nigerian government. Nigerian government, are you not a bad parent? The success of Davido came from his talent. Davido is like a black man in Europe. We know we don't have future. The only thing we can do is to go and sing, run. The future of a black man, I always say to them in Europe, don't think you can play politics here and succeed. The only 1% will go out. So if you come here, you rely on what? Your talent. That's why the black people you hear of in Europe, either they play football, they thought they play American ball, they be musicians, they sabi run. You don't get another place. How many black men you see for television? Other than that, very few. Even the Hollywood you see, now white people industry. That's why we say, if Nigeria get Hollywood, they don't bring black people home. And you people be disgraced. You see, Akon, 24 hours associated with home. Because these guys will happily come home. If Nollywood has sit up and do the needful, all of them will come home. These musicians have done it. I'm celebrating Davido today, not because of this marriage. I'm celebrating an industry these young people created for us. Maybe my own only money I see. Yeah, you guys see, Davido is celebrating. I'm seeing something else. I am grateful that people like Davido, Wizkid, and all these people, out of their own sweat, not because Nigerian government did anything. Out of them finding their own future, they were able to map that, and here they are today. Money will be spread, people begin to associate with you, even the international community. Those days, who born you made a come play your music for Europe? Today now, go to shop here. I was in the shop one day, they hear, I say, is that Nigerian music? That's why I'm doing the show called Nigerian. Come and see how, when I will hit that music that day, it's going to be just DJ playing Nigerian music on that beautiful floor. I'm not going to bring any musician so that I can miss all the Nigerian music where we are in the industry today. You will dance and dance, you won't remember to sit. And it's not only black people dancing, it's not only Nigerian, the world will be dancing to what these boys have created. Why will I not celebrate them? That is an example of productivity. Productivity knows no color. Money, they talk. It doesn't know color. We are living in a time where we have all the opportunity, but we're not using it. Nigerian government, you know why I brought Davido? Davido is an example of what God has given to you that you are not using. How many of you state governors knows that look at the music industry? You've seen the money coming out. Talk to me, don't run. You've seen music coming out. In fact, in Delta State, listen to me. Open your ear. Delta State, now they be the home of talent. You know, when Nollywood started, it was the people from the Isoko area there, the Mejuro, the Amaka family, Zebejuro, the Amaka family. These are the people that started Nollywood. The comedy you see, so now Warri comedy. The whole pidgin comedy you see came from Warri. But do we even have the industry in the state? No. Because these kids, they were in the search of discovering their talent, they all ran to Lagos. I'm not surprised to see now that most of them will go to Enugu. Ubori, I'm talking to you. You're a disgrace. This is an example. Nigerian government could not discover one of the greatest texture of the black man. Entertainment. We have it. It is inborn. Music is there. We dance to the rhythm. We don't dance anyhow. We dance with the rhythm. When the beat, boom, 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 that's how we begin to go along with it. That's our nature. It's inborn. Have you been able to even tap on that? That's an example of what God has deposited in your land. In the midst of all these people go to bed hungry. If only Davido could do all these things, you know how much this boy has made? For Whiskey to come and close the stadium near me here, do you know what we're talking about? It's only what the Michael Jackson was doing in those days. The funniest thing you ask yourself today, is Nigerian government part of this? The answer is a big no. Now, it's not too late. Are you doing it? Are you cultivating this talent, these young musicians that are out there? They are not in Yahoo. You blame them, yes. But have you cultivated? Have you created a room for them? Listen, what happened to my shirt? I'm just tie and eat. Have you contributed? Or have you thought of it? Okay, now what I say, oh God, what has God deposited in my land? When I say what God has deposited, I'm not saying under the soil, above the soil, and in the surface of the soil. We are the people in the surface of the soil. We are your subject. We are there for you. We are your workers. We are there to do anything you want. We're saying to you, use us to make money. Question I ask you is, what have you done to cultivate the Nigerian young people so that they become productive for you? Oh, no. During the last governorship campaign in Delta State, I need to say this. A young man running for governor came here. He said, Daddy Chris, I'm going to do one thing. I said, what is that? He said, I'm going to convert. I cannot forget that. It's in my head. Thank you, Emmanuel. He said he's going to convert all the teaching hospitals which are not working, because all the general hospitals. Have you been to the general hospital lately in Nigeria? I don't think you want to have your wife to put to bed there. There's no light. You take your gen there. What a disaster. The best facility is what you have there. But he said, I'm going to turn it. I said, what are you turning it to? He said, I'm turning it to a teaching hospital. I'm going to use it to train doctors, train nurses. And I said, when are you going to have all these people? Where are they going to work? He said, what are you joking? 25% of Nigerian GDP is coming from people in diaspora. If I train medical doctors from my setup, there will be job outside for them. If they don't have job within the country, there is even enough job within the country for medical practitioners. Have you looked at your land and said, this is what I want to do? Mr. Governor, look at me. Don't know. I'm asking you this question because it's a time to fight. Look at what Davido has done. Single-handedly brought this pride to us. What can we do as a people? Do you sit down and ask questions? Those of you that went to dance, you went to dance with Davido, you went to celebrate Davido. You think I'm the kind of person? No, I'm looking between the lines. Look at what this boy has done. How do I, as a governor, make more of Davido? So that I begin to produce musicians. Oh God, they begin to sing and the world begin to dance with us. You know what David did? David is the man that pleases God. How was he doing it? Also, they can sing. When he don't fuck people, take people, why finish? He go to sing before you know God don't give her what he want. So if our boys can sing and get everything, make even President of America dance, give us better money, is that not a good thing? Hey, let's use it. All right, Davido, thank you for that. I'm coming back. Mary, are you there? Because we're going to take a look at the papers very soon.
Okay, so, I'm here.
All right, I'm going to add you to the show so that we take a review at the papers. But I'm going to go on the break. We'll come back. We'll do that. Let me just close what I'm saying. Nigerians, there comes a time in the affairs of men, and there comes a time in our time as Nigerians that we need to sit back and ask ourselves difficult questions. The question is, why are we where we are? It's only one thing we did wrong. It's not, we're not evil people, we're not bad people, we're not wicked people. We refuse to listen to the commandment of God. What did God say at the beginning? Till your land. Kai, did you hear what I say? Go and read your Genesis. I'm talking of in the beginning, Genesis verse 1, they say God created the heaven and earth. That's just the beginning. But verse 2, when you read to get to 15, we tell you it was a clear structure. And God what? God put man in the garden. And he said to him, all these are yours, but till it. Before man offended God, though, so it was not a curse. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. It was God's intention, creating man to till the land. And that's why when you please God, if you want to please God, you will till his land. How do you do that? There's electricity in the world today. When I was coming down from Heathrow Airport, and I look at the firmament, you know, have you guys singing? In those days when we're singing, we look at the top and we say, look at the firmament, the beautiful sky, the stars. But when I was looking down, the firmament on the ground was more beautiful than the firmament on the top. And I repeat this, the firmament, the beauty, as I was coming down Heathrow Airport with the lights and everything, my plane was descending. It was more beautiful looking down than looking at up. That's why God created you. I'm not going to use the bad word now. God created you so that you can create. You can reproduce what he has done there. We created star, those little things there. But human beings have turned that to beauty here. That's why we have electricity today. The reason why God created you, it was not a curse. God was not angry with you. It was the very beginning before God told man. That's Genesis 2 verse 15. Go and till the land. The reason what we are doing wrong, my people, until tomorrow is because we're not tilling our land. And tilling our land needs to be productive. Tinubu knows what to do. Tinubu does not understand any other English. He should consult people like me. All we need to do, you know, not to construct road, Kai. Till your land. Do you even know what God has deposited in Delta State? Mr. Basaki, do you know what God deposited in Edo State? Dancing governor, do you know what God deposited in your Osun State? Lagos, do you know what God deposited in your state? You can all sing, you can all play good politics and still the only oil money. It will soon dry off. That is when we're going to know who is who. A time will come, this oil will go. Where will you be? Because it is a listing God gave to you. God has given you an example with Davido today. One of the things he has deposited in your land. Young people who can sing and make you big money. The amount of money Davido makes alone. If we put the money Davido, Burna Boy, Wizkid brings into Nigeria today, I'm not sure a cross-section of Nigerian farmers can do so. Because we are not cultivating well anyway. But you know why this is so sad? Are you telling me that if Niger State has gone into farming, they will not be able to pay their people 1 million naira? The reason I'm confused is Holland alone, which is smaller than Niger State, makes 20 billion US dollars on agricultural export yearly. They are not as big. They are under. I don't know. Holland is surrounded by dike, or that water will take all of them. Yeah, those people could farm. They could sell agri produce to you. Don't you ask the tomatoes they are importing, where is it coming from? The rice you said they should bring it, where is it coming from? Are you people not sick? Like one young man asked me on this show here, are we not crazy? We're going to take a look at that. And I'm going to do more on that because I am alone and I can misbehave today and do much. But let me quickly go on a quick break. When I come back, I'm going to take a look at the papers with Mary because Mary could not join me today. But you know, I'm up to the task. I'm going to get you guys running. Some of you will be angry. I understand that. But if you cannot deal with the fact, I can understand that. And I'm really sorry. And I know I could be killed for this. Listen, I asked somebody one day, I said, the only reason they killed Jesus Christ because he was telling them what they don't want to hear. If any of your governor can stand before me and tell me that the problem of the Nigerian state is something different from what I've said now, I will change my name. We are not having problem because we are bad, because there are bad people everywhere. It's not because of insecurity, there are insecure people everywhere. There's insecurity in the UK, there's insecurity everywhere in the world. It's only multiplied in Nigeria because we are not doing one thing. We are not obeying the commandment of God, which is that till your land. Till. Cultivate your land. It's simple. And any governor that's not doing that today is a disgrace to the nation. When I say till the land, some people mistake it. I'm going to talk a little bit about that before I go on the break. What is tilling the land? Tilling the land is not only farming, no. When you can tap on resources of people like Davido, you're tilling your land because it's one of those things God has given to you. When you read law, they will tell you land is something under the soil, above the soil, and to a certain level. That is ownership of land. Though. Otherwise, the law is from the bottom to the sky, belongs to you. The bottom, from the bottom of the Nigerian soil down to the heaven, earth, under, down to heaven above, that is from heaven to hell, belongs to Nigeria. Mr. Tinubu, it belongs to you. That is from the land, that land geography in Nigeria, down to heavens, to the earth, below to hell, belongs to you. Do you even ask yourself what we have above that we could tap on? Do you have what we have below that we could tap on? Wise nation are not going above the sky. They're going to go and take what is on top of your sky because you are not there. Those people that goes up today, they will go and they go and take everything they see there. Because Nigeria is not going up anyway. We couldn't even climb to the top of our ceiling. So we're not talking of going up. And you think you're blaming God? Or God is going to be happy with you? God is angry, Mr. Tinubu, with you. He's angry with you, Mr. Governor. And young people, thank you for having the opportunity. But are you using it? You hear what I've said today. God only asks us to do one thing. Till our land. That's a good place to go on a break. When I come back, I'm going to take a look at some of the papers with you. And once again, I want to say a big congratulations to Davido and Shoma for this wonderful and beautiful delight they gave to us. The only reason Davido is able to do this is because Davido is making money. If Davido was not making money, there will be no wedding like this. What did the Bible say? Money answereth all things. If there's money in Nigeria today, you find that there will be no trouble. The only reason you're talking bad of Nigeria is because there's no food on the table, no car, no beauty. The beauty of life is not there. When it comes there, everybody will run from Europe and start to come to Nigeria. And that is the dream we are waiting to see. Let's go on a break. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Stay right there.
Ooh la la, the second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024 is here.
It's another blend of arts and culture, entertainment, business and networking activities.
A week-long extravaganza showcasing the best of Nigerian music, dance, craft, fashion and businesses.
Taking place at the prestigious Lighthouse Theatre, 262-274 Camberwell Road, London, SE5 Date 22nd to 28 July 2024.
Tickets are available at everbright.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradioandtelevision.com
or call +4407 459 513 619 or +4420 3623 8755.
Email info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com/Nigerian Week 2024.
Come and experience a nation's culture that resides in the heart and in the soul of its people.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. I was just having some beautiful delight at some of the current news. Before I bring in the guests today, Mary is there to run some of the things with us. President, we have a lot going on. In fact, I was just taking a look at some of this now, and all I can do is smile. But my message is really to the governors who are there with us today, doing what they do best, and I want to thank them for being, how do you call our Nigerian governors? Because it's either you or me, Mr. Governor. Whether you like them or not, this game, when we did now God, now go solve this problem. This is our problem. Because we cannot be living in a land that is having everything and this thing. But let me quickly point out some few things. A lot of things happened over the week, and I wish we really had some little more opportunity to look at that. I know between Fubara and his governor, there's still a lot of drama going on there. Kano has given up. That's what I can say. Maybe he has not. If it's not, then we want to see how much Kano is ready to play with the Nigerian state. Obviously, you guys have successfully frustrated him. He's now ready to give up. But side on the news is the burial of our celebrity. I'm trying to get the picture in. I don't know where my system is saving things differently this morning. Ibu burial was yesterday, and I wish I could share some of the images with you. I will do that before the end of the show. John Okafor, popular known as Ibu, was put to rest yesterday. It's a very sad day. I know him myself. I had a couple of things with him. Actually, when his career was going up, he played a production manager on my set. That was far back in 1997. Before I came back, he's already a movie star all over the place, and I always respected him. He was laid to rest yesterday. That's to mean that there's a beginning and an end. We want to say, rest well, John Okafor. I'll have some opportunity to share some of your images in the show, and I'm sure, just as Shoma had a great time with this thing, there's a time. There'll be time for joy and time for sorrow. That's how God created the world. It's nothing wrong. It's not a curse. It's nothing. We're going to go, all right? It's a good thing. The only thing is, what are you here to do? See, that's why we're here. We're here to do something for God, to contribute to his creation, because we create us. God created himself in us to recreate. Unfortunately, Nigeria is not part of the recreation of the earth. And we need to be to double effort to teach our children why we are here. There was a time I said my niece asked me, say, Uncle, why are we in this world? And I didn't know what to say, but I know what to say now. So I'm going to quickly take the Bible, go to chapter 2, verse 15, and say, God, you see, the beginning, God created the heaven and earth. It's about what God created. Then the second part of it, he now created somebody to continue his work. And he gave the power to us to create. And that's what we have lacked doing in Nigeria. I really pray we wake up to that challenge very soon and get it to happen. In fact, there are some images that I need to share with you. I don't know where they are going. For some reason, my system is just misbehaving. But let me see first whether I can see some of the images that I've just downloaded. Funny enough, there is a young man that went to steal cable, and he died there. That is how bad. And just an example of that, we don't have a state called Nigeria. It's good that I don't even have the point to share this image. Nigerians who have been stranded in Turkey. I passed through Turkey and I missed my flight. I know what they did to me. I thought they had misconfusion. I didn't know my flight was 12 something. And my ticket says next flight to London. I was coming from Nigeria. And they said I have missed my flight. Now that ticket does not qualify me to take the next flight. I have to pay 900 and something pounds to leave Turkey to London. after spending a whole day in Turkey. I cried, I fight, I couldn't get anything. Of course, what we don't have? We don't have in Nigeria. They know they can do anything with you as a Nigerian and get away with it. And that's what they did. They did that to me and they got away with it. I fought, oh, but where did they get me? That's why we have you, Nigerian governor, Nigerian state. That's why it's not only that the Chris, it's Nigeria. I was carrying the Nigerian passport. And that day I said, oh, I must take on British passport. Can you imagine, Nigeria, how you lose your own on a daily basis? On a daily basis. I will not cause. I'm going to bring Mary in. The example is now happening. They are back. They're back in Nigeria. Nigerians who have been stranded in Turkey, they are back. They are there soft. They are back home. I don't know where they're going to start from, but they've been in detention for 1 year. No reasonable explanation why in any country in the 21st century where you can keep people in detention for a month, maybe more than a month, maybe 1 year. No excuse. Just shut up, you're Nigerians. You're black people. So my people say, they pain everybody now. Are you really happy, Mr. Governor, with the life you're living? I don't think so. Nobody's a winner here. So we're going to be playing along with some of the stuff. It's a very difficult time for everybody. Apparently, it looks as if some of the headlines today, Mary, let me have you quickly. We can live with you like this. Hello, Mary, can you unmute yourself? Yes. Papers with you. So let's take a look at what the papers are saying. I'll start with the Punch. Are you there, Mary?
Yeah, the big story on the Punch. Minimum wage. Labour rejects governor's bid to take over negotiations, and the rider says governors unfriendly. Some states yet to pay 30,000 approved 5 years ago, and this coming from NLC. States should be allowed to negotiate with workers. Governors insist, and you can find that story on page 4 of the Punch newspaper. CNN debates Biden's camp managers pour outing as Trump supporters celebrate, and that story is on page 10. Kidnapping spree. Police upgrade trafficking as 1,290 abducted in 2024. And here we have another story that says, amid brain drain, fake doctors wreak havoc on vulnerable citizens. Those criticizing me for not covering my head in Mecca are ignorant. And this story is coming from Oluwo on page 28 of the Punch newspaper. Chioma, Davido's fairy tale wedding that scattered social media. And that story is on page 36 of the Punch newspaper. And here we have a story that says, people tell me my wife is beautiful. A visually impaired lecturer. And that story is on page 14. And these are all the stories we have this morning on the Punch.
Obviously, I support Punch. I can see the love sign. Well done. Punch reporting on this beautiful image of the video and the wife. For me, it's not the fairy tale really that is more interesting to me. It is more about the productivity of a young man that has brought on all these great things that we've seen on that beautiful day. It was the effort of Davido, breaking it, being productive with himself. You know, the Bible said, if you make money, if you say, make this is the jump, you go begin jump. There are things you do. You see, money, sorry, I'm going to say two things. There are two ways to get a woman. You know what? Maybe sorry, if you not agree, I know go verse.
Okay, Daddy Chris, you want me to tell you the two ways to get a woman? I know you want to think, or you want to mention money.
No,
you ask
money.
me.
Is money not one of them?
You think it's all about money? You
no,
think
but
it's every
is it not one of these ways?
Mm-hmm.
Even is it when you don't even like man, the man can't buy you anything you want. Before you know, your heart go become soft. It's not
I
about
agree.
the money.
There's the kind of money a man will have. If that man does not have composure, she will not get that woman. I hope you know. As a man, you need to be composed. Because you will not tell me that it's every man that has money that can get any woman they want. Because I know that you want to tell me the Bible says, the next thing say, as a man, when you have money. It's not when you have money. Let me tell you the truth. There must be some girls now that you don't know that maybe they don't even chase them and they actually did fall for him. Every girl with their own different mindset. I feel like at the end of the day, composure wins everything.
Okay, Mary, nobody's saying that for composure on the put food for table. Anyway, we'll talk about that. Anything, the last thing you do for a woman, you don't feed her, compose reach heaven and earth, he go leave you. I know the most composed man when he poor, you know where they did? The village, you know, get shoma. You get to some level.
Are you serious?
Yeah. If you are composed, die. Compose your not put food for table. Who compose your help? Like that time people they talk. You see,
okay, but money help everybody.
Yeah.
Have you seen? But do you know the aspect of it?
I'm saying money is power.
What about men that has money and they could not find true love? Yes, money can actually win the women, but will the women stay? Will they stay with your money, or they with your money and run away?
No, you see, if a woman leaves a man, you better ask. The man is broke.
Are you serious?
No, somebody is supporting you here. It's everybody with their mindset. I agree. But let me tell you, so maybe you are winning me here. That's what Insta Baru said. Insta Baru. You know what this is?
Yes, so
everybody their own mindset. I agree. But let me tell you this. Any man, in fact, it's not a news for you to take care of your wife or your woman. God, in fact, it's in biblical that you must take care of your wife. So you are not doing the wife a great thing by taking care of her. But if you cannot, you don't even deserve a wife.
But
so
I understand.
Woman when not suffer with you, say who they born to come suffer. In fact, if you don't have some certain money, you'll be in the village.
Okay.
Everybody's talking. It's everyone not comfort, but hey, they rate love more. Yes, I agree.
That's just the truth. If money is the thing that keeps women, if money is actually the only thing that keeps women in marriage, we'll not be having divorce.
The only thing.
Why is it that we have a lot of cases of rich people, right, and their spouse filing for divorce, despite how rich the man might actually be? Because what I feel is sometimes,
what you
don't
understand. Let's not go into the psychology of women. The woman at the first time, waiting go excite them. If that is not there again, you need a woman is like when you have a woman, you keep renewing it. If today if you give her this kind of car, tomorrow give her another kind of car, take her another trip. If you cannot keep doing that one don't pass. So the one to see yesterday, she not they remember. Women don't remember yesterday. They tell you now. My people say I talk before on the property. You understand?
So I want you to put this side by side. If you are feeling or if you are thinking that women has problem in this aspect, I want you to also look into the men's part also. I know that we are in the men's world, right? But that doesn't make the men folk perfect. So if you think that women forget every good thing, then let's look into the fact that men also forget the good things that women do for them as well.
Yeah, I agree. Mary, listen, I don't think I was just talking about the power of money. I said Davido is able to achieve what he did because he had money. If he didn't have money, you just what to go make this marriage this way now. Somebody fight us from here too. You have to keep reassuring the woman because we not remember yesterday. Oh, not true. No, woman, if it make you come out today, not tell woman say, babe, you're beautiful. Somebody when you marry for her, she say she's not fine again. Not me marry you for her. You understand? But yet you go say, they appreciate me. If I don't appreciate you, you'll be my wife. I never say marriage don't finish. You say I don't appreciate you. So women, you need assurance that they renew love. Not the one of last love of 10 years ago. Now you tell us every day you buy one. If not flower self, baby, you're beautiful. You tell her one sweet word, it's equal to money. You understand? But if food not there the table, no woman go tell that. You get bed, you not put spring. You play make woman sleep there. Who they born will suffer. Anyway, what I was even trying to say with Davido issue was that money answered all things. Maybe if I want to sleep with you two ways a man can sleep with you. Now to shower you with money. Anything Mary want, take. Anything Mary want, take. Money, oh. Mary, I watch this movie. Don't even try me. I say every day, I say she go and watch the movie Indecent Proposal. In that movie, this is a necessary digression.
Chris, no, that jump from this topic. You say if you want to do it, it's money.
Mary, what
kind of money do you think you will give to me? I want to understand, like, what kind of money do you think you will give to me?
Yeah, Mary, let's go with this instance, which is in this movie. All of you that's watching this today, go and look for the movie. It's called Indecent Proposal. It's Demi Moore and Richardson. So you can watch that movie, Demi Moore. If you just Google it now, Demi Moore, Indecent Proposal, you see what I'm saying? This is what happened in the movie. This guy, Demi Moore was in love with Woodford. They were so much in love in the movie. You understand? They were able to do everything. So they got the guy got lost job. They took the last money. They went to the casino. They played casino. They won. You understand? You know what the casino they do now? In the same night, they lose all the money. You understand? The next day, there was nowhere to sleep. Nowhere, because they did casino for Las Vegas. Nowhere to sleep, no money, nothing to do. And there was this rich guy. You see the way Demi Moore wear short nika with something. Yes, you see fine beauty. The guy they played this. He say, Demi Moore. He meet Demi Moore, say, hey, the more they look at one dress, you understand? He look the dress, he like the dress. Hey, the guy said, you like the dress? The man say, yes, it's good, but I can't afford it. He said, I can buy it for you. The man say, why? He said, because I like you. He said, that's it. He said, what will you get in return? He said, you're under. The man say, go to hell. You understand? He said the guy may go to hell. That end the matter. That evening when they were broke, nowhere to sleep. The more unfortunately, the guy can't go, I can't hear where the guy did. The guy can't invite them, so they eat. People will not get paid for their hotel room. So as they were in the dinner table eating, this is where the trouble came from. And I want those of you listening to listen to this. Mary said there's little to what money can do. No approval. As they were eating, nowhere to sleep, no money. The guy can't say, when the rich man talk, the poor guy, when he don't lose all the money, say, the money can't buy everything. He said, really? Are you saying money cannot buy anything? He said, yes. So do you want us to try it? He said, yes. He said, okay. Supposing, that's why the road is in. Supposing I give you $1 million to spend one night with your wife. He said, what? He said, no, I'm not talking to her. I'm talking to you, the man. I'm going to give you $1 million right now in cash, now, for one night with your wife. $1 million, one night will come and go. Think of what that 1 million will do in your life. You are broke, you don't have where to sleep. Mary, what will you do?
Now, Chris, there are people that have that kind of.
I'm really asking now. It's easy to defend everything on television. If you are really broke, you don't have where to sleep that night. No money in your account. They don't sell out your house. Now somebody is offering you $1 million one night with your wife. You know what $1 million? Calculating in naira. $1 million today will be about 100 million, 1,000 million. It's I don't think count them again. Oh, $1 billion naira one night with your wife.
Because I wish you are a woman. Oh, Jesus. I wish you are a woman. I don't even know what to say right now. That means any money they offer to you, sharp, you have accepted though. Ha! I don't understand. What are you saying like this?
Are you saying that this amount I'm talking to you now, are you speaking grammar or you're being sincere with yourself?
Yeah, it means that if I must follow that person that night because I don't have where to sleep, then I'll keep following men because I need help from men.
No, that's not the case. Mary, that's not the truth here. The story here is you are with your husband, there's nowhere to sleep, you are broke. In fact, thank God they didn't have kids. You know, if you don't get food to feed your children, somebody gave you $1 billion naira for one night.
It cannot be that critical.
Are you saying the money is not
that critical? It cannot be that critical that there will not be a place to sleep. Let's take this instance for crying out loud. It cannot be that bad that there's no place to sleep.
Are you joking?
It cannot be that bad.
No. Let me tell you. If you live
from my own past, it's not that bad that I don't have where to sleep.
Who said so?
What you have. That's why you have people. That's why you have friends. Did you just come to this world on your own to just come and stay without knowing anybody, even one person? That was
Maybe that's Nigeria. In this country here, you hardly see somebody opening door for you.
So what if that person you want to meet that day has serious health issues, that once you sleep with that person, you'll be infected as well, and you will not live long after collecting that money? It's not about the money.
Wait,
but let's
Mary, you are not talking of tattoo.
When you can get me money, I'm asking what kind of money do you think you can offer me?
The question is 1 billion naira worth a night with a woman? That's the question.
Can you offer me? Can you offer me the 1 billion naira? Because what is the kind of money you can use to get me?
Mary, you know what is here?
1 billion?
I know, Mary, you drag this discussion this way. What is good here is that there are people who still have integrity, although the amount is.
That is it.
That's all. No, wait, I like it. This time I said, although the amount is tempting. See, and Mary said, Mary, you can be stranded, though. There are a lot of stranded people in the world. Thank you. In fact, see, I'm not the one. I'm happy there's somebody joining us and actually contributing this. It's not me. This is about being sincere. When you get to situations like this, you know, Mary, there's something I even read. In life-threatening situations, decent people lie. You hear that? Decent people. There's a place Abraham got to. I'm using the Bible now. Abraham tell the wife, Sarah, sleep with Amo, because if you don't sleep with him, they will kill me. Abraham, of all people, the father of faith, who born you? If the father of faith say, "Make Sarah go do the thing." Now, when that king wants to sleep with Sarah, now God tell her, say, do not try it. So you are telling me that Abraham does not have faith? Abraham does not have integrity? When I said two things, now they open my leg. One are money, the other one are gone. Thank you, Mary, know the truth. Mary, you know this. Everybody have a price. In fact, there's a shades I read. There is always a price tag. If you buy 2 naira, not if you buy one, 20 naira go buy them. Everything when you go market, price day. Anyway, let's not go into that. We don't want to devalue women today, so they don't kill me. What I'm saying, there are two ways.
If money can buy any woman, you think then money can buy any woman as well.
Not buy. I'm saying open the legs. Two things.
Yeah, money can also make a man open his leg.
I'm not even talking about marriage. Man, do and once come out. That's what we're saying. I'm not saying marry, because marriage is a different thing. You understand?
You don't even need to bring too much money. Free. Just come, a man will open his leg. The men are cheaper. They are the ones that don't even have integrity. Men are cheaper for free. Just words of mouth, they will just open. So have you seen that part? We women, we have integrity. As a man, you don't need to even spend much to get him. I hope you know that.
Now, wow. Okay, we'll discuss another one another day. Women, our approach to eat is simple. It's fun. Now, women get
that is because you like you know why I'm talking this way. I notice that whenever you're talking about topic that has to do with women and integrity, you want to talk down on the women folks. And me, I'll be always there fighting for the women. If women don't know their stance, then me, I will stand there too. I will not allow you to finish my gender and support your own gender.
Mary, I never talk about my gender, but now women.
And even I've never seen you praising the women when it comes to integrity.
Mary, fellow woman talk. Mary no one agree for anybody who may God save us. Now we they talk. Maybe the person they talk now woman. In Jesus' name.
I don't know.
No, say in Jesus' name, say amen. We'll proceed.
Amen.
So let's look at the second issue. The issue today, which is all right, there's a big debate now. The question is, do your governor or government know the true meaning of till your land? They think it's to cultivate farmland or farm work. Thank you, sir. You understand? And this is very important. I'm going to answer this question, and it's a very good way. The truth is our government does not understand it. And that is why I talk about that video today. I use that video. I know you guys went there to celebrate that video, but in my context of my show today, I see that video as a talent that the governor should have used. And I see more that video out there that the government could be tapping on, like a land that need to be tilled. And what did I say? I define land. Nigeria is a land. When I say land of milk and honey, it's not only the soil alone. It's everything on it, from the heaven to the earth. belongs to you, Mr. President, meaning the people are yours. You have people, how many Davido do you have? How many, what have you done now that you've seen, even God has revealed it to you? Because God, when the people that discover light, God revealed it to him and he was able to use it. God has revealed to you there's talent in your land. What have you done about it? That's exactly what I'm saying today. That we see people like Davido, we need to tap on his talent. We have millions of Davido out there. Davido was able to come to, have you listened to his interview? Because his father gave him the money. The boy refused to go to school. I was watching, fair enough, I watched his interview this morning. You understand? That he refused to go to school. The father have to make a deal with him. Okay, you go to school 3 days a week, and I do this for you. That was the deal before the boy came out now. Do you understand? This is it. He told the father, I don't want to go to school. I want to be in music. But the father said, we have to come to a compromise. Son, you go to school and you do both. So they had an agreement. But what we're saying is that the reason he got there was somebody have to, in this world, God will not come down. God have to, it's either the government is helping you or somebody will do it for you. In the case of Davido, God has done it for him. Good. Thank you. That's where we're coming to now. You see, the issue is the governors are now saying the minimum wage. What did they say? They're even asking 50 something. In fact, they are. Who is a governor to even dictate your minimum wage? They are the one to pay, so they have right. See, look at the point here. How can a governor pay that money if the governor doesn't understand how to till the land? The question is, he's not making money. The governor of Delta State is not making money. The only money coming to Delta State that he's spending is the one he's collecting from Abuja. It's not enough. So from there, if they don't marry new wives, spend the whole money finished, what would they have money for us? But he forgot that the millions of Davido in Delta State. In fact, for funny thing, where the governor is, in my own governor in Delta State, Asaba is being recognized as #1 creative city, as a film city in UNESCO. I've recognized Asaba as a creative city, film creative city. So Asaba will be represented in Portugal when UNESCO will meet this year. That is how big Asaba is. Does the governor know that? Does he even believe? All the governor does is he collects money from Abuja, he spends, and you all are clapping for him. May God praise all of you now. I'm not part of it, Mr. Borewori. I'm not part of it. I'm not part of those cheap people that will clap for you. You are a disgrace. And until you, that's why we have this. Oborewori cannot pay salary because he's not making money. And Oborewori understand that my job is to make money. Oh, now yesterday on the last show I was with you guys here, we were talking about how they were trying to frustrate Dangote. If Dangote can create a refinery, River State and Delta State where oil has been produced, we couldn't produce anything. What a country we have. And I'm happy to share this with you. Good. You see, I like what everything is saying, everything leads. He says selfish governor will even reduce it. That's true. Yes, they are totally useless. They can't produce anything or bring in wealth creation initiative shamelessly, throwing money around. That is the truth. You know the funniest thing? This young man I saw that run for governor, you guys didn't see him in Delta State. You didn't vote for him. He's useless for you guys. He doesn't throw money around. He doesn't have money to throw around. But he was totally telling us how he's getting. The guy said if he touched Delta State money in the next 2 years, that they should change his name. That he's going to make money for Delta State. Maybe he prove it. And if you tell me Delta State cannot make money, look, how is Davido making money? Do you know how many Davido that are there in Delta State, in your state, in Enugu State? Look at what the young people have been able to create for themselves in Nollywood without the support of the government. In this country where I am, they start break for film. They give you a grant for making film. In the UK, quote me, I've walked through them in my life in Europe. In my career as a filmmaker, I've worked in UK. The incentive here for filmmakers, you don't have half, not even one in Nigeria. Not that they don't even understand it, because they don't understand what it means to tap on talent. Davido is a talent. Look at what he has done. Look how many people Davido brought to Lagos. On that very day, look at what happened. That is tourism. If people like Davido, people will be coming to Nigeria and say, where is Davido? If Davido will create a studio, they will be visiting the place. I was at Davido's studio. Do you know what they do when you go to Hollywood? You begin to take pictures. That's how it will be. But have we been able to take advantage of that? Have the Lagos State Governor, you saw what Davido did. Imagine if these boys now create a studio, you call it the Nigerian Music Studios, you understand? Where you get it, in fact, all the state now, I bet Mona Dracula begin take. May River State take Burna Boy. Come make a monument of studio for Burna Boy. In partnership with Burna Boy, where music is being turned out. You know how many people will come there to visit? It will be a tourist attraction. What do you understand? How do you tap on your talent? I'm not talking. God said you should till your land. You're not doing it, Mr. Governor. That's why you're not paying. You see, I'm saying this, and I'm saying to everybody today. Every human being watching this show, that we will continue to remain where we are until we start making money. And the onus to make money is on our government. Tinubu have no excuse. If God give you, President Tinubu, make a time, maybe make a take will tell you, Tinubu from, make I put this in here, come maybe not come out. I don't understand. Tinubu from heaven to the earth, now God give you, make you govern. He didn't say you should wait for oil money. He gave you the land, a land filled with milk and honey. Nigeria is a land filled with milk and honey. The only thing I know is that the amount of mineral deposits deposited on the soil, the gold, the platinum, the bar, name it. And then the human resources now given to you, that you go to bed hungry, you are a curse. Tinubu, when Nigeria is hungry, you are hungry. It's not what that your small tummy can take. You've taken on a responsibility to carry a nation in your shoulder. If you don't know what to do, seek help. Now, the same thing goes to the governors. The governors are not making money. Oboriwori cannot tell me he has made 10 billion naira since he became governor of Delta State. He hasn't. He don't even know how to collect tax, to take from the rich and do so to the poor. So he doesn't even understand it. All the Oboriwori have done, and quote me, is money that comes from the federal government. Allocation. Any government in Nigeria, allocation. Allocation. They don't know where the money is coming from. They don't know how the money got there. They know it's oil money. We sell crude oil. Allocation. Thank you. Everything leads. I like this, your title, man. He said it's a shame that workers will continue to be at the mercy of governor. That's true. And you think crime, crime rate will not increase. It will definitely increase. You see, where people are made to become poor in this level, when poverty reigns supreme, crime dominates. Nobody is born a criminal. That's something I don't understand. Sometimes people tell me, these are born criminal. There's nobody born a criminal. The reason I know is a child that is born today is born with a blank slate. I watched a documentary. It tells me that we are born into a culture. We are not born with a culture. Let me read that. You are born into a culture. You are never born with a culture. For those of you that are blaming Nigerian children, let's follow this. A child born today knows nothing. His brain is empty. Every day is learning from the mother, from the sucking, from this. That's how a child learns on a daily basis. So the child is like have you bought a new computer or a new phone? When you buy a phone today, when there's when you don't have contact, does the phone give you contact? Until it's the names and the people you save in your phone that you're going to bring out tomorrow. That's how a child is. It's like a new computer, a new phone you bought. Computer is too alien to you. I know all of you have a phone. So the child learn daily. And that's how the phone will get fed up. That's how the child get fed up. So if a child becomes a criminal, it's what the society touched. Now waiting papa, mama, teacher. Yesterday I was in a place. The child played football till he hit one woman. The mother said, if you see where the mother came and he was defending the child, I said, you see, you are already training the child. I can that's why in the UK, that kind of woman could go to prison. Because you see, this is how the government think. Nigerian government, for you guys are not responsible. A president, you know that everybody belongs to you, Mr. President. A child born today belongs to Nigeria. It doesn't belong to the mother. Because if that child turn out to be Davido, what he will do? He will bring glory to us. Look at what Davido has done. If he becomes criminal like Anini, he brings shame to all of us. You go kill me and yourself. And not be my mind, go taste that. That's why if my child does not go to school in UK, I go to prison. Make you try, say you're picking up the go school for this country. You go prison. You will be arrested. And that child will be taken away from you. Because the government knows that child does not belong to you. It belongs to the society. Here we are today, faced with the biggest challenge of our time. Hunger in a land that is where milk and honey is flowing. And that's true. A country where some are living rich, eating over, even overfeeding, and others are poor and can't feed well. That's the truth. I know they will tell me it's biblical. And I said, it's just like when I read the Bible and some part of the Bible say, you Gentiles. And I said, then Israeli people, they talk. God will never call you a Gentile. And if I go church, you talk about Gentile, they come out. Because I'm not a Gentile. Woe unto you. There's no time God created one superior to the other. God created every human being equal. We have every opportunity to live the same. Because you're able to steal, or you're able to work hard, or obey the commandment of God. I still agree that if you obey the commandment of God, you'll be rich. Those of you that are able to obey the commandment of God doesn't make you richer. It makes you wiser. And if you are not wise, you are bound to live in poverty. So, and that is it. So, there are two ways to it. The government has impoverished us, and most of our decisions as a people, too, makes us poor. I will not. Thank you, my dear. I have somebody who's angry like me. I'm even more angry that the president is giving these selfish governors the chance to decide minimum wage. Knowing fully well that the governors are against minimum wage, nothing will come out. That's true. I agree. Everything is. I am also angry myself that the government, Tinubu is waiting. In fact, I said to Tinubu, it's not an opportunity for you to work with the governors. If Tinubu really wanted to deal with the governors by doing one thing for us, making the local government effective, he has rightfully taken them to court. It's not a time to humiliate the governors. The money that you give to the local government, the governors will kidnap it. Did you ask yourself what they're doing with the money? Mr. President Tinubu, what are the governors doing with the money? If you really mean to work well, it's not a opportunity to tell labor now to say, okay, the money one they collect for this, all this money nothing paid to. A governor will steal all the money that will go to the local government. They put it in their pocket. Give the local government chairman peanuts. Those ones, they'll be fool said they will go marry new wives. They stay at home. The system is there. And the ordinary citizens are now in trouble. They are now committing crime everywhere. You say Nigerians are criminals. The money allocated to them, and it's not, I'm not a big fan of allocation. No. I said to President Tinubu, will it be so bad if you give vouchers to the governors? Maybe they won't use the money to do better things. Tell us what you want to do with the money. We will fund it. We'll take loan. If I am the president, if any governor come up to me with a good plan, I will fund it. The same my child will come to me with a plan. I will borrow and make sure that project works. So if you come to me with a good plan, I will fund it. But if you don't have a plan, you won't get money. We will fund activities, not give handouts to governors. They don't deserve it. They don't understand what it means to be governors. And you know what the Bible said? I read the story of how God treated people. If God gives you something and you're not productive, he will take it from you and give it to those who are productive. It's not me, it's a decision of God. Have you not read it? He gave the man, it's a parable. It's just like that compared the kingdom of God to a man that gave his children, his servant 3 equal things and he left. When he came, one went up, hide it. Say, that man, a wicked man, come and give my money. Another one invested it. Thank you. Another one invested it. It's the one that invested that double the money that got all the money. He took the money and gave it to him because you know how to use money. God did not give you money to put it. God did not give us oil. Now when we get the oil, make with the shopper. He said we should invest it. And if we don't invest it, oil will be taken from our land. It's not a cost. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It will come to pass. Now let me read what this young man have to say. They sponsor foreign trips of their babes abroad. Okay. Hire over 200 SSs. That's true. Okowa get more. River State, employ all of them, feed their dogs, entertainment, and throw lavish parties. Nothing more than that. Fact. A governor of a state in Nigeria can change lives. I know because my own state governor, Delta State, gets about 2.something billion as security votes. Security votes. Now, when they hear say the governor, they complain. This time, the whole money that comes from the oil subsidy, they remove oil subsidy. So more money comes to the government. The same money now, government share this money with your state governor. Yeah, they cannot pay salary. Who the money government is sharing with them? Where is it? When I leave me, man, not talk. It's a time to wake up and deal with the fact. We have a problem in Nigeria. And I'm going to go back by summarizing what I've said today. That until, I repeat it, but Mali said, until the philosophy of going to Abuja to collect and spend is permanently discredited, abandoned, there will be hunger in the land. Labor will continue to cry. There won't be changes. If we can say to governor, I don't know how to speak to them. I don't know how to beg them. If anything, if we get Juju one, we go serve, make the Juju appeal to them. That they should take the money they are using, they're collecting, and invest it. Those who can do agriculture should do so. Those who can, you see, Igbo man, the amount of things being produced in Aba, from what I've been told, what are you talking about? Only you, Mr. CBN, former governor. Anambra State, Inewi alone. If we go into production in Inewi alone, we will know where we'll be. So there's no state that is lacking. Zamfara have the highest mineral deposit. Oh my God. I better go to Zamfara. It's the poorest state. Yes, but go there. See what God has dropped in that land. It's supposed to be the richest state in Nigeria. Oh, is it Niger State? Oh, you think Niger State is poor, eh? You think you have oil? Shame on you. I said it. Niger State, the landscape, only land when Niger State get. Eh? If you put the whole of the East, how many states are in the East? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states in the East. If you put all of them together, they will go into Niger State. That is how big Niger State is. People go to bed hungry for food. Now, of course, Mona asked that fine boy when he be governor there, does he know the meaning of being a governor? These guys say, I can't even stand them. Because if I see them, sometimes we'll just strangle ourselves to death. Are they serious? If the governor of that fine boy in that state, Niger State, can just say, let us go into agriculture. No what? We don't have money. Let's go to Holland. Let's tell Holland to teach us how to farm. Will that be so bad? And we borrow money and we'll farm. Only 6 months. Only 6 months. There will be a big turnaround in Niger State. Nobody worry, now God will answer you. If Dangote will not get oil for a place, your case, you don't need to carry a far. Dangote go waka borrow money, if you build refinery, you a whole state, Delta State, no fit borrow money, build refinery. You are a disgrace to yourself, to your generation. And I mean it, I curse all of you today. Until you guys wake, and I say to this in Nigeria, I think the federal government, you cannot pay salary, of course. I'm going to go with it. I think federal government should take over the states because the governors coming from there are always confused people. I cannot in fact, thank you so much. Before now, I was saying there should be state police. That was one of those things I said, governors, I'm talking to you. Let me bring some of you guys out. Not be disgrace. We'll see you now. See them. You see these governors? We need to scrap them. Nothing good has ever come from the governor. You see the one there by my left here. This one are the governor of Niger State. Find more. I tell you, he will get rich for wives. No problem. That's not my problem. But this man you see there, so he don't get anything for head. I tell win election self. Anyway, I know if you talk. They know they vote for her. When they force her, they take her. When I tell me say the days of John the Baptist, the kingdom of heaven suffer violence. Now that violence, now take her by force. That's what you've done. Tinubu don't take, you don't take. So what else? Go to Mecca and tell us how people are suffering in Mecca. You know, better for you. See, you see people like this. And in those days, I was saying the federal government, oh, we should give state police. Give these guys state police so that there will be decentralization of power. I thought I was suggesting something great. Imagine, I'm going to tell you this. I want to go to a very recent case. During the presidential election, Obi won Edo State. Labour won Edo State. So, all the people that voted for Labour, during the local government election, everything went to PDP because the governor at PDP. Obaseki was there. He was able to buy everybody and make sure they got all the votes. So nobody, none of the local government get conscience. They follow their mind. They voted Obaseki people. There is hardly a state today in Nigeria where you see the local government being in credible opposition. There's none. If we have a case here where the local government cried out, he was imprisoned. Now prison he go. And you give me this people state police, what would they do with it? In fact, if you guys debate the issue of state police again, now we go raise campaign against them. Until we have responsible governors, there is no need for state police. We don't need it. Because they're already oppressing now. Their defense, they say they cannot pay minimum wage. Because what are they doing? Of what use are the governors? The question I asked today and again. If you as a governor, all you do is collect money and spend it and misuse the money. We have stories. So, in fact, how many cases I would call our president coming out here in disgraceful manner? Very few. But our governors, count them. And then Messiah, and so they do. It will end up there. They're not the more than they come. I went here one bullet. What a set of people. What are you people doing? You want to have state police for those kind of people? There will be no state police. So, ladies, my people, yeah. Yeah, so they do, my brother, they do. You see, my guys, perhaps what I'll do is spend the remaining few minutes to talk about the upcoming event, which is the Nigerian Week. Is something, I'm a proud Nigerian. And the funniest thing is when I talk here, people don't know, because I believe in the Nigerian state. I'm going to give my little biography. I've been in Europe for 30-something years, and I know what it means to be a black man in the rest of the world. Nobody is against us, but the world is against us. Because by virtue of our population, of our unfortunate situation, we are behind. So they don't need to discriminate against you for you to be behind. You are disadvantaged already. And when I look back, the biggest black nation on earth is where I come from, happens to be Nigeria. The success of Nigeria means a lot for any black man around the world. Nelson Mandela said it. To see our leaders humiliating our own. In fact, the slave trade that the white people have stopped, Nigerians are not doing it. I always equate the issue of slave trade to this working in wages. The only reason what makes people call it slave then was because they took us and they were not paying us. They forced us into the ship, took us away without pay. If they had said, come to America and work then, I'm sure very many of us would have loved to follow them. But they forced us. They were not ready to pay us. In fact, they were feeding us, so it's not ready to pay us. They were not paying us normal money. The normal wages. That was why we call it slave. What is different now from them and Nigerian government who is paying us 18,000 naira? In fact, if you're a slave in America, you get more money than 18,000 naira. So are you telling me that we are no more practicing slave trade in our own land? There's slavery in our land. I won't say much. Well, as a Nigerian citizen, as SRTV organizer, I am doing a show called the Nigerian Week. It's taking place in London. Next edition is coming up next month. I'm having a lot of issues with it, so I'm going to have it in an open space this time. It's going to happen in Gillette Square. As what I would normally do is we showcase a lot of things. And one of the things we do, of course, is the Nigerian music, the music extravaganza. This time around, before I used to bring in these young musicians, those Nigerians, to come and spice the place, and I said, no, that would be shooting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a powerful 3-4 DJ stove to reign, to reign. When I say to reign, Afrobeat, non-stop. We will dance. We're going to dance Nigerian Afrobeat in Gillette Square. Big space. From morning to night. On that beautiful day. That's the music extravaganza. As we are doing that, on a cross-section of it will be Nollywood celebrated. We'll be showing. I call it the Moonlight Film Festival. Oh my, this is what I love about it. The moonlight means we're going to watch movie in the traditional way we used to do it. In those days, you remember Tales by Moonlight? We sit down under the tree. If you grow up in my time, we sit down under the tree. Old Mama will come and tell you a story before she don't go to bed. So this time, we want to repeat that in London. While we're watching Nigerian movies, we're going to be sitting down on the moonlight, not in a theater hall, outside, in a beautiful setting. I will sit around and watch a beautiful movie, a Nigerian movie, on that beautiful day. And of course, we have Q&A with the writer. So that is another part of the program you will experience that very day. And what I love about this, I included something I call the food show. You guys go to cinema, right? You go to cinema, you eat popcorn, Coca-Cola, poison. I'm not doing that. As we are watching Nigerian movies, we'll be eating proper Nigerian food with our fingers. You know, a Ferrero, correct one, jollof rice, while we're there. So that is the combination of the Nigerian Moonlight Film Festival and our food show, the same day. Of course, I'm going to talk about the exhibition of other things, but let me tell you one important thing. Do you guys know, those of you don't know, that Nigerian fashion is making more money for Nigeria than music and film put together? No, you don't get this. Listen to me. Nigerian fashion makes more money for the country than music and film. You see how much Davido, only Davido is making, and then Burna Boy, all those money they make, combine the whole of Nollywood. If you put all of them together, fashion is making us more money. That's how great we are. In fact, in the next 10 years, you will see Nigerian fashion dominating Europe. In fact, African fashion is going to dominate Europe, and Nigeria is leading here. I'm proud of you guys. So we're going to have a little bit of a runway, very brief, showcasing some of our talent. Have you seen the kind of dress our women are wearing these days? Our guests are wearing these days. You need to see the innovation in this fashion sector. We're going to have a beautiful moment with them, fashion designers. We have Easter Roll and a couple of them coming, and they're going to spice the day. All right? And there's something I decided to do. Is this a competition? I don't know. I said, when you hear Nigeria, you hear all the bad things, all the negative things. It comes to a point where I said to myself, no, Daddy Chris, I'm not going to be part of it. That's why, as part of this event, I always carve out something I call the Recognition Award. What do with recognition? We recognize those who are making us proud. There are some Nigerians who have done well. Are you saying everybody has done bad in Nigeria? No, you know, sin is a pride. Davido is a pride. Do you want me to name them? Young people like that. Look at the owner of these banks. These are young men who going out of their way, made sacrifices and they create something for us. They are Nigerian footballers. They are doing great things, great exploits. So what we do on that day, we recognize those who are making us proud. And guess what? Maybe those people you call heroes are not my heroes. We sit down here as a panel. It's not scientific. There's no scientific approach to it. But we look at what the person has, how he got to where he is. He might be somebody who's even a community hero. Do you know how many Nigerians, some people, you go to that Nigeria, some women, they still go, when they don't even have money, they gather homeless kids, motherless kids, they put them in one place called Motherless Home, and they feed them. Those people are my heroes. We recognize them as we recognize the big ones. The same way, one of the elements of our show this year is the Nigerian real estate. I don't know about you. Last time I visited Lagos, I was so impressed. And Abuja. Have you seen what the Nigerian real estate has done for us? You guys need to work out. The Nigerian real estate today is no more joke. You see what I like about this? Why the government is sleeping? Innocent Nigerians, creative Nigerians are doing exploits. Have you gone to Lagos and you see the new estate? I tell you, government don't get hand inside. On all the stupid regulation, they frustrate themselves. But Nigerians are doing exploits. in the real sector, I will be recognizing about 3 of them, and they will showcase their brand. And I'm saying to Nigerians in the UK and around the world, please invest at home. These guys are genuine. They've created an opportunity for you. Through them, you meet with them, you do business with them. And you know what I said? My concept when I introduce real estate into the show is, for those of us, as you are paying your mortgage in Europe, you're still paying the mortgage. Because if you finish, you go home. 90% of you don't go home when you retire because you don't have a home. This is your opportunity to save yourself. They pay your small mortgage. And when you pay small, the time will come, they will rent the place out, and the place will be paying your mortgage. The way you do it here. How good, but Bonnie said, we should unite. How pleasant and how good it would be for all of us to have a home at home, to where to fall back home. This is an opportunity to use the real estate sector. Again, I don't think we'll do that big this year. I talk about Nigerian in agriculture. It's something that I know. When I talk about tilling the land, and when I say it, I know you guys go straight to agriculture. If you stay there, I don't mind. It's a good way to till the land. Do you know the small money you used to go out here and eat Chinese? If you save only small of it, you know what 5,000 pounds can do in terms of farming for you in Nigeria? 5,000. And the problem we have is because we don't have a government, you don't need to wait for government. You need to come together as a cooperative and make exploit. You know, I came to my Robo Nation and I said to them, please, let us have the Robo Commonwealth. And I knew what I was doing. My intention was pure. And it's hard. Of course, I'm not the one that's going to throw money at them, so they didn't see the vision. But I still believe that if you come together, 10, 20 of you, we create a big farm that can turn your life around. You don't need to go to work 24/7 like you're doing here now. Even at the end of the day, where are you going to retire to? Next year, I'm going to focus on the education sector. So these are some of the areas we'll be looking at Nigerian Week 2024. The event is on the 28th. The big event is on the 28th of July 2024. There are 28 days from today. The thing is marching. The flyers will be out today. You can get tickets on Eventbrite. It's only £20. It will be restricted to those very few. So it's only the first 500 people. I can't take more people in that venue. So I cannot take more than 500. So do not blame me. Do not say, oh, they discriminate against you. If you got the Eventbrite ticket will be released tomorrow, not today. And I'm trying not to release it on time so that everybody will be aware of it. So those who can rush and buy will be the one that will be allowed into the square. Of course, if you are still around, you can do things around the event, but you won't be allowed into the event. But it doesn't stop you from doing things around. You're in Nigeria. But the problem is I cannot take more than the space. This is the UK. Everything is regulated. So the ticket will be out from tomorrow. And those of you who want to get a ticket can do so. The massive publicity will be out from tomorrow as well. So don't worry. I choose not to do it. But what I've just outlined are going to be the ingredients of the day. You can dance 24 hours. You're going to eat Nigerian food. And guess what? I'm not going to stop here. You know Nigerians who are doing great here. One area you cannot fault Nigerians are those here. Have you been to Nigerian restaurants here? I'm so proud anytime I walk in there. I ate in Tasties and I was like I was at home. Correct. In fact, it's Mama Put Advanced. And there's another company now they call Varo. So I can eat Chinese. They're making Nigerian food to another level by making, or you go get quick food. You just put on microwave and eat. That's what they've done. I am so proud of Varo. I hope they partner with me on this edition. And it's not this year alone. Then the next year and the other year. Listen, I'm going to let you go and have a beautiful weekend. It's Saturday. I know I've taken much of your time. Unfortunately, like I cried to you guys, Princess is not available at the moment to do some of the job. But they are young. They'll come back and take over. But that the Prince will do his best to run the show. You'll be seeing more of my face, on every morning show until they are strong enough, until they recoup themselves. But just to let you know, SRTV is well and alive. We have accommodation in London at the moment. If you want a short-term accommodation, give us a call. We have also one in Lagos and another one in Abuja. These are beautiful places where you can spend your time. And for those of you who are just joining us today, please don't forget to follow us on our social media handle. My name is Daddy Chris. Stay out of trouble. Like Princess will always say, if you must drink and drive, drink water, please. Right? And I want to say this finally, that my challenge to the Nigerian government today is not to the Nigerian government alone. We must all make an intentional decision, not by accident. There could be luck, yes, but I want an intentional decision for us to wake up and do the right thing. And what is that thing? Take the first commandment of God to man. The only commandment God gave to man. The other one was Moses that asked for commandment. The only commandment God gave to man. Go and read Genesis chapter 2. God has never instructed man. God is not even implementing your 10th commandment because he knows you are weak. Only thing God asks you to do, till your land. I repeat, till your land. That is what God asks you to do. That is the only commandment God gives you. God knows you will flirt. You will go and drink, you will get see danger. You will pray for other God. He will forgive you when you come back. The only thing he will not forgive you is when you did not do why he created you. Because he's a creator. That's why I end my show. My name is Daddy Chris, and this is the weekly bulletin from SRTV London. Yes, I'm going to read the last comment from Everything Liz, and then we're going to call it around. Yeah, I was going to ask about Princess Nwada. I feel like something is missing. Yes, she's missing. She'll be here very soon and to run the show. That is how it works, you know. Princess is the one that can stop me. He will say, Daddy Chris, you don't start again, you know. Then I go say, yes, fella, you don't come again. I never come again. You understand? You know, I wish I meet fella. And I wish the fella children would let me play his music in between my show. That is the only thing I wish. I really wish they allow me to play his music in between my shows. You know what I'll do? I would have interpreted what fella was saying years ago. And for those of you that don't know fella, I will end the show with that. Fela did not discover the nation. He didn't discover the good news until he went to America. Fela is somebody that studied in the UK. He went to study music, came back home, and he was thinking about music, food, women. Until he got stranded in Nigeria and moved to the United States. The civil rights movement, inspired by Marcus Garvey, turned Fela to who he became. And he's the man that fought for Nigeria. At that moment, Fela was speaking beyond himself. You know when you say when you get the Holy Spirit, you're speaking the word of God. Fela was preaching the gospel. I'm going to end it there. But I'm waiting for that opportunity when I'll be able to analyze some of his work. But that'll be a special show. Because I think everything I have said here today, Fela has said it again and again. That's my name, is Daddy Chris, and this is the weekly bulletin. Until next Saturday. But I'll be here on Monday to take a look at the newspaper with you. Hopefully, the merit system will be all right, and they will join me from all over the world. Once again, please let us till our land. Nigerian government, Tinubu, till the land. Governors, till the land. Local government chairman, till the land. We ordinary Nigerians, till the land. Those of you abroad, investing in Nigerian real estate is tilling the land. Investing in Nigerian agriculture is tilling your own land. It is the commandment of God that we should till the land. That is where I end the show today. My name is Daddy Chris. Stay out of trouble. God bless you all.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than SRTV Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. SRTV goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your SRTV Shortlet apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience.
SRTV.